Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Again, with the bangs, just remind me to never get them again, okay? So anyway, today I have a book haul for you. Let's just get right into it because it's a lot of books, a lot of synopsis, oh my god, why can't I compute? A lot of synopses, I don't know. Quirky, cute, sweet. Okay, hopefully all the chaos stays in the intro. Probably not, we're not promising anything here. I'm just gonna start off with the books that I've already read because this is a collective book haul. I didn't say that, but I was hoping it was gonna be between you and I, we knew that. Anyway, yes, let's get into the books I've already read. Okay, starting off, we have It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. This book I've heard is inspired by Schitt's Creek or Ted Lasso or some sort of TV show that I've never watched. Really liked this. I gave this a 4.5 stars. Then we have The Infamous Bunny. I've read this before. I read it for the reading rush that is probably never gonna happen again. And this is also one of the books that I want to reread in 2022. We all know what this is about, right? Up to really your interpretation, I guess. Not really, but like I feel like everyone takes something different from it. Did you see me just like absolutely disconnect from actual speech? I'm doing great. College is going great. This is the paperback. I really like the color of this cover, but I much prefer hardback. This is gonna be quite the video, my friends. It's also like 10 in the morning, so like you really can't expect me to do absolutely anything before like 11. Now, some of the book of the month books that I've already read. The Holiday Swap. Erin from Booked and Busy ripped this book a new one. But honestly, during Christmas time is probably the only time you'll catch me being super nice to books because I love a good like Hallmark movie in a book, you know? So that's what this was. I think I gave it a 4-star. Crying in H Mart. This one made me cry. Not in an H Mart because I live in a very Republican part of New York and we're just not even gonna talk about it. I really wanna move. Beautiful. Just pick it up. If you take any recommendation from this video, this one. I really like generational stories like this. Memorable memoirs. But this one has a lot to do with death of a parent, grief, cancer. So if you're not in a good headspace or are sensitive to those topics, be careful going into this one, but absolutely loved. Easy 5 stars. I knew as soon as I got it, it was gonna be a 5-star. I didn't even have to read it. I was like, yeah. A book that disappointed me, The Keeper of Night by Kylie Lee Baker. I picked this up because of Jan, so Jan, this is your fault. And that came off harsh. I love Jan. I gave this a 3-star. I would read this author's other work. I don't even know. Is this a debut? I don't know. But the way that our main character treated her brother, I absolutely could never. I hated it. It was so annoying. And where, is this a spoiler? I don't know. If it is, skip until you don't see this book anymore. Her brother and our main character are not like fully related or aren't related at all, but they like grew up as siblings, which is exactly how my little brother and I are. I literally cannot English today, okay? Just let's move past it. We are not related by blood. However, I grew up with him as my brother and I could never treat him the way that she treated her brother, and sorry for being an overprotective like mama bear sister, but like no. Then The Other Black Girl. This book has been getting very mixed reviews and I am not the one to tell you whether this has good representation or not. Am I even like qualified to tell you what books to read considering I don't know how to talk? No. I gave this a 3. Go watch, I think it's Gabby Reads and Jessie from Bow Ties and Book. Watch their discussion. It'll give you a lot more than I can give you, honestly. Then we have Are the Brennans, which is a familial drama story. We Irish are fucking nuts, and that's exactly what this book is. If you like shit like that, book here. Great. Awesome. Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is the last one in this whole haul that I've read. It was okay. I liked the first half, but then Taylor Jenkins Reid often brings in other perspectives, and usually it works for me. I'm fine with it, but this book, no, I didn't care. I didn't like it. McReva can catch these hands. I gave it a 3-star. A+ for the cover though, and also I love Taylor Jenkins Reid. I just don't think this one and I clicked. Now let me show you the rest of my book of the month books that I've collected in these past few months. We have How to Marry Keanu Reeves in 90 Days. I literally have no clue what this book is about, but look at this cover. Isn't she beautiful? I already want to be her best friend. I know nothing about it. I also don't see the obsession with Keanu Reeves, but that's just personally, you know, on my end, you know. So we have that one. Imposter Syndrome, which at one point the synopsis really drew me in. Can I remember it now? No. Excited. Also, this woman is beautiful too. What's with all the books having beautiful women? Another beautiful woman. I think I'm gonna read this in February for Blackathon. Blackathon is like all month next month, and I'm so freaking ready. The Sweetest Remedy. I think it's about two Nigerian natives and they fall in love, something like that. But again, beautiful cover. Blackathon. There are a few teams for Blackathon, and I think I'm probably gonna go with the romance contemporary because I am not a fantasy reader. Can never do it. So yes, definitely gonna be a February read, so you'll probably see that in my February TBR. Then we have After Parties, which is just an anthology, I'm assuming. At one point I knew what these books were about, so I am gonna read them, but the kids are eating what looks like donuts and smoking weed. Sounds cool. Looks cool. A History of Wild Places by Shay Earnshaw. Why did I say Chaw? I don't know. I didn't read Winterwood. Again, I'm not into magical realism or fantasy really, but however, this one sounded really good and everyone's been reading it. Everyone has mostly been loving it, but this one I think is about a man that goes missing, and then there's another element where someone can like not tell the future. They're not like clairvoyant, but they're kind of like Evie from the Diviners. Like she can hold an object and like see its past, and something about being lost in the woods. And then I know there's a magical element in this somewhere. And then The Water Dancer. I've heard nothing but great things about this book. Again, this is gonna be a February read. Very excited to get to it. Kind of a thick boy, but like I'm here for it. We don't discriminate. Okay, let's go with some romance and smut. This is probably my biggest pile. So we have 1,000 Boy Kisses. I feel like if you're in the romance community, you've heard of this one. I think this is YA. It looks indie published because I've never seen a book with font like that. But this is like a classic in the romance community, I feel like, and I haven't read it, so I need to. Also, cute ass cover. This one I'm embarrassed about. Do we really have to talk about it? It's Ice Planet Barbarians. I first saw this on Julie from Pages and Pens channel. She used to do like an erotica, like Kindle Unlimited series, and she actually said it was really good, and now just everyone's reading it. So I have the first book. Am I gonna continue on in the series? I don't even know. Even if that one's good, it's like 15 bucks. I don't have the money for that, nor do I have the space for that, and I don't know, I guess it just depends on how good it is, you know? Then I have The Sweetest Oblivion, which I bought for Deja's romance book club, and I literally know zilch about this. I just picked it up because I wanted to read it for her book club and support her. Type B. Anyway, then oh my god, I am suffering. I have the last two books in the off-campus series, The Goal and Score. I absolutely adore this series. I've gotten many friends to read it. Also, it's weird because my brother works in the hockey industry. He is a production manager for the LA Kings, and it just brings me back to like when we went to hockey games when he was in college. Yeah, weird. Anyway, love these. Now we have some Coho books because I've never read any of Colleen Hoover's books, and I thought I would do a reading vlog. My voice is atrocious right now. I'm so sorry. But I have, let's run through these quickly. Ugly Love, which Jan hated. Love that for me. November 9, which this book has been around for quite some time. 2015, yeah. I've heard this is like so problematic, but again, I don't know. So we're gonna read it and find out. Then we have It Ends With Us. Everyone's read this. I have not. What a surprise. Without Merit, I think my friend Jenna read this, and I can't remember what she thought of it, but you know, here we are. Do I have any more? Yes, I do. I have Regretting You. I think that's the last one that I actually bought because I do own All Your Perfects, which I've heard is about a main character named Quinn who has infertility issues. A little too close to home. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, then I have Credence by Penelope Douglas. I've only read Birthday Girl by her. I've heard this is also not a favorite of people, but I'm still gonna read it. Sorry, not sorry. Then I have, I'm in a very weird mood. I'm so sorry. Lots of Dayquil, you know? Mariana Zapata, The Wall of Winnipeg and Me. Books with Chloe. Many more that are not coming to my head. Love this book. And again, Thickums. I don't know if I'm like totally sold on slow burn romance. I know in my own life I do not like a slow burn, but we are not talking about me. So we'll see if I hate this or not. Maybe this will spark a new trope that I like. I don't know. And then I also have Twisted Love. Also know nothing about this. I saw it on M from, I'll put her channel right here because I can't think of it right now. But I saw her reading this on her story and I was like, yes, anything she reads, I want. Now we're gonna talk about the books I got for Christmas. I do have an Amazon wishlist and my family is aware, and this is what they got me off my list. So we have the second book. I don't even know what this series is called, but I know the first book is The Beautiful, so I got The Damned by Christina, what? No, Renee Audier. And I do have the first book on my reread list for 2022, so I can get to this one. Totally did not just drop that. Anyway, I have All of Us Villains, which is like a villainous Hunger Games. Ready for it. Was I even showing that to you? Here you are. Beautiful cover, love it. Plain Bad Heroines. Heard a lot about this from Katie Coulson, a lot of other people. I love this cover, but I also love the UK cover that's like pink and yellow. This baby's thick. I also thought I knew what this is about, and then I read the dust jacket and I was like, don't remember any of this being part of what drew me in, but I have it now, so we're gonna read it. Big book don't intimidate me as much as like if it was a big book and it was fantasy, you know? I don't know. Is that fantasy? I don't know. Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. Not really a fan of Alice Feeney, but I've heard this book is really good. It has an element of like face blindness, and I have never read anything with that element, so I'm intrigued. The second book, again, don't know what this series is called, but the first one is An Absolutely Remarkable Thing, and this is A Beautiful Foolish Endeavor by Hank Green. Again, the first book is on my to reread list so that I can get to this one. For Your Own Good, this should have been in the pile that I already read, by Samantha Downing. This, 5 stars, so good, so intriguing. The chapters are short, but so full of just yummy, delicious tea. And if you like a good, fast-paced, information-thrilled thriller where you will not be able to guess the end until the end, highly recommend this one. Very good. Our Violent Ends by Chloe Gong. This is the second book in the what's the first book called? These Violent Delights. That's what that's called. Again, to reread so that I can get to this one. I love how snappy we're going, you know? It's because I don't know anything about these. Then Christina Lauren, The Soulmate Equation. The last few Christina Lauren books have not been it, but I read the one by John Mars, and this is like the non-thrillery version of it, so I'm hoping I love it. Christina Lauren, come on, come back into my good graces, because I do love supporting this author duo, but again, their last few books have not been it, so I'm hoping. I feel like the last really good book that they came out with was The Honeymooner, The Unhoneymooner, and that one was great. Loved that one. Then we have All's Well by Mona Awad, again, the author of Bunny. I'm so ready for this. I do have to save this for one of Kayla's Buzzwordathon months because I don't have any other books with the word all in it, so I think it's either April or May that I'm gonna have to save this book for, which, you know, conflicted because I really want to read it, but I also want to continue that challenge. Then lastly for Christmas, I got Halsey's poetry book. As a BTS stan since 2019, my 3-year ARMY anniversary is coming up. I inherently also love Halsey because they're like siblings, you know? So there we are. And then my last final stack of books are just books that I've heard in passing are really good, or releases that intrigued me in some way, or series that I have to finish. So let's get on to that last stack. As Good as Dead. So ready for this book. The second book in this series definitely had like second book syndrome, and the ending of the second book could either really hinder or really help this book, and I'm hoping this one picks the series back up because I really love the first book. A Curse in Ash, my friend Julie published this book earlier, or no, I think it was October of 2021, and I still haven't gotten to it because I'm a terrible friend, but I'm so excited. I've watched her since this book was born, the idea of it was born, and I'm just so proud of her, and this cover is stunning, and I'm just ready to see what she has spent years working on. We have Mom Jeans and Other Mistakes. Not even gonna lie to you, bought it because of the cover and the title. I mean, how amazing. How very timely. Stolen Tongues. I've heard this is the scariest shit ever published. Gabby from Gabby Reads, Olivia from Olivia Reads a Latte, like everyone just thinks this is the scariest book ever. And if you know me well, books do not elicit emotions from me at all because I'm heartless and I have no feelings. But I'm hoping this scares the living crap out of me. A Dowry of Blood, we all know her. We all seem to love her. Haven't read her yet, but I did pick this up actually at one point and it made me cry on page like 5. Also, a book that somehow has elicited emotions from me. Awesome. It's literally the top of everyone's list from 2021. Then I have If I Had Your Face. I've heard a lot about this from Tish from Little Wolf. If you don't know Tish, go follow her. I don't think she's actually read it yet, but she's talked a lot about wanting to read it, and I was like, if my girl Tish wants to read it, I have to follow in her footsteps and also read it. So here we are. I have The Color Purple, which I feel is just like a classic LGBT book that you just have to read. So I'm also ready to read this one. Normal People by Sally Rooney. I was influenced by all the influencers. This was on my January TBR, not even gonna lie to you, still haven't read it. Woo! Doing great. Sorcery of Thorns. Okay, now I said I didn't like fantasy, however this is a standalone, so maybe, just maybe I'll like it. We'll see. I'll update you on that one. And finally, we've gotten to the last book of this haul so that I can stop stumbling over my words and maybe go eat some soup. Sounds good. It's also the only thing that's in my kitchen. T.J. Klune, Under the Whispering Door, baby. The House in the Cerulean Sea was my favorite book of 2020. Ultimately, one of my favorite books ever. Found family, it's great. And I'm ready for this. I also really want to read Wolf Song by T.J. Klune, but, you know, this is the one that we have, so this is the one we're gonna read. Oh my goodness, that was so many books to talk about. I'm so exhausted. Like I said, I think I'm gonna go eat some soup and like catch up on BookTube maybe. Maybe a little beauty Instagram. I don't know. That was my book haul. I hope you enjoyed. I know I didn't tell you much about these, but like 50-50 chance you already know what they're about. If you have read any of these, please tell me which ones I need to get to ASAP. Because I really want to read my TBR. Now that I've hauled all these books, I need to read them. Because isn't that the goal? Reading and shopping for books, two totally different hobbies. You know what I'm talking about? If you've made it to the end of this video, honestly, you get a cookie. What one do you want? Chocolate chip, oatmeal raisin? We don't judge here because they're both good. So, again, I hope you have a great morning, evening, night, wherever you are. I hope you follow me on my socials. I want to be your friend. I really mean it. Yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys stick around, subscribe, like this video, comment, let's engage, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.